Hello everyone, this is the History Spectrum channel. In this video, we will discuss the female pharaoh, Hatzepst. There are some surprising stories about her, so please watch until the end. Her origins and family background. Hatshepsut came from a royal family in Egypt, a lineage that led her to become pharaoh. She was born the daughter of a king, and used her position to become Pharaoh's wife and co-ruler, eventually becoming pharaoh herself. She was particularly influenced by her father Thomes and her husband and half-brother Thomes too, and these relationships paved the way for her rise to power. Hatshepsut's position as pharaoh was built on the influence of her family and her own cleverness. Hatshepsut used clever political strategies and her own charm to seize power as pharaoh in a society dominated by men. To establish her authority, she went beyond traditional female roles and presented herself as a strong leader. For example, she represented herself as a male pharaoh in official documents and works of art, and used such symbolism to reinforce her power. With her original and daring approach, Hatzepst transcended her limitations as a woman and became a successful pharaoh. By acting as a male pharaoh, Hatshepsut strengthened his own rule and garnered support. Because men were dominant in society at the time, she consolidated her position and increased her influence by borrowing the male form. She sometimes appeared in public with a beard, and demonstrated her authority by wearing the symbolic garb of a male pharaoh. By playing the role of a male, Hatzepst deftly overcame the constraints she faced as a woman, and ruled powerfully. Deir el-Bahari's funerary temple. The funerary temple of Deir el-Bahari is the most impressive structure of Hatshepsut's reign, and symbolizes her greatness. The funerary complex was built to demonstrate her political and religious authority, and its grandiose design reflects her ambition and power. The funerary complex consists of 3 terraces, and the murals and sculptures carved into the rock walls tell the story of Hatshepsut's accomplishments and mythology. The funerary complex is a magnificent monument to Hatshepsut's historical influence today, and a symbol of her reign. Architectural techniques and art of Hatshepsut's time were greatly advanced through her projects. Architectural projects during her reign pushed the limits of the technology of the time, and created new artistic expressions. The construction of the funerary chapel required the transportation of massive stone and precise carving techniques, which were revolutionary for the time. Hatshepsut's architectural project was a catalyst for taking ancient Egyptian technology and art to a new level. Hatshepsut's architectural projects stand out for their originality and importance compared to other buildings of her time. Her projects went beyond traditional Egyptian architectural styles and introduced new designs and techniques. For example, the design of the funerary temple differed from other pharaohs' tombs, and its unique terrace structure was a feature not found in architecture of the time. Hatshepsut's architectural projects demonstrate her creativity and foresight, and are regarded as some of the most impressive works of ancient Egyptian architecture. Expedition to Punt. The expedition to Punt was an important event that greatly increased Egypt's trade and wealth. The expedition provided Egypt with valuable commodities and resources that enhanced its international trade position. From Punt, Egypt received precious commodities such as gold, perfumed oil, ivory, and animal skins, which contributed to its economic wealth and cultural development. The expedition to Punt played a decisive role in greatly increasing Egypt's wealth and international influence. Through her foreign policy, Hatshepsut strengthened Egypt's international relations. Through her proactive diplomatic efforts, Egypt established peaceful relations with other countries and expanded its influence. In particular, she ensured Egypt's security and interests through negotiations with its neighbors, and enhanced its international prestige by accepting gifts and delegations from foreign countries. Hatshepsut's foreign policy established Egypt as a more stable international player. Trade and diplomacy had a major impact on Egypt's economic and cultural development. The influx of new goods and ideas through international trade stimulated Egypt's economy and promoted cultural exchange. For example, foreign technologies and artistic styles were introduced into Egypt, which had a new impact on architecture and works of art. Egypt's trade and diplomatic activities increased the country's wealth and cultural diversity, and left a profound mark on subsequent history. Relationship with the gods. Hatshepsut had a deep relationship with the Egyptian gods, especially Amun, which played a major role in her rule. She emphasized her sacred connection to the gods, especially Amun, to solidify her power and legitimacy. For example, she claimed that the god Amun had appointed her pharaoh, and inscribed oracle narratives on murals and in literature to support her claim. Hatshepsut justified her rule through her connection to the gods, and she consolidated her position by making a particularly strong appeal to her connection to Ammon. Hatshepsut skillfully used religion to reinforce her political strategy and establish her authority. By demonstrating the support of the gods, she was able to consolidate her power and gain the trust of the people. The many temples built during her reign were a physical demonstration of her connection to the gods, and gave the people the impression that her rule was supported by the gods. Hatshepsut used religion as part of her political strategy, and as a result, her rule became stronger. In one episode of Hatshepsut, she described herself as a male pharaoh. Imagine a mural or statue depicting a female pharaoh with a beard that usually only men have. This unique representation is a reminder of how she seized and held power, as well as of the ancient Egyptian gender. Discovery of the tomb and its significance. The discovery of Hatzepst's tomb has triggered a reassessment of her importance in history. The discovery of her tomb, long lost, revealed new information about Hatshepsut's reign and accomplishments, and changed the views of historiography. Her tomb, located in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt, was initially misidentified as belonging to another pharaoh. Subsequent detailed research confirmed that it was indeed Hatshepsut's. This discovery reaffirmed Hatshepsut's historical status and shed new light on her reign. The rediscovery of records and lore about Hatshepsut was important to our understanding of her reign. The rediscovery of these records revealed the details and accomplishments of her reign, and greatly influenced historical interpretation. Once her records had been deliberately erased by later pharaohs, but through the efforts of archaeologists, documents and murals related to her reign have seen the light once again. The rediscovery of these records has reassessed Hatshepsut's historical importance and revealed her true legacy. In modern times, Hatshepsut is regarded as one of the most influential pharaohs of ancient Egypt through newly discovered information and records. Her political and cultural achievements have been reaffirmed, and her reputation enhanced. In particular, her progressive political strategies, grand construction projects, and diplomatic skills are highly regarded by contemporary scholars and the general public. The historical rediscovery of Hatshepsut has reintroduced her to the modern world as an important figure in ancient Egyptian history. A surprising story. Hatshepsut once had herself portrayed as a male pharaoh. She was often depicted in statues and murals as a male figure, sometimes with a beard, the symbol of a man, when in fact she was a woman. This story makes me think about gender norms and representations of power in ancient Egypt. How was it? In this video, we discussed the female pharaoh, Hatzepst. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like this video. History Spectrum.